Hey God, I need help. I'm in despair. Now, you may have never been in despair, but I know too many people that have. I myself have dabbled in despair a time or two. So let's find out what God says about those who are in despair. Well, is it even in the Bible? I mean, is despair in the Bible? Here's what we find out. The Bible offers comfort and hope during times of deep despair, emphasizing God's presence in suffering and the promises of renewal. Now, key verses encourage casting anxieties on God. Give it to Him. Don't hang on to it yourself. Harboring these feelings does nothing to bring us out of the despair. It can't help us at all. Our strength comes from God and His Word. When we begin to worship Him and thank Him for His provisions, that's when we start to find healing. Psalms 34. Here's what it says: assures that the Lord hears the righteous and delivers them from trouble. Jeremiah 29:11 promises a future filled with hope rather than destruction. In Psalms 40, the psalmist says this: it describes God lifting up the speaker out of the pit of despair and setting their feet on solid ground. In Romans 8, verse 28, it states that all things work together for good to those who love God. And finally there, Isaiah chapter 41 and verse 10, the prophet states it this way. He says, it encourages not to be afraid because God will strengthen, He'll help, and He'll uphold you. Second Corinthians chapter 4, verses 8 and 9, Paul speaking here, he says, in every way we're troubled but not crushed, frustrated but not despair, persecuted but not abandoned, struck down but not destroyed. In Second Corinthians he goes on in chapter 12, verse 9, but he has told me my grace is all you need because my power is perfected in weakness. Therefore, I will most happily boast about my weaknesses so that the Messiah's power may rest on me. The psalmist, chapter 30 and verse 5, for his wrath is only momentary, yet his favor is for a lifetime. Weeping may lodge for the night, but shouts of joy will come in the morning. The Gospel of Matthew, chapter 11, verses 28, 29, and 30. Come unto me, all you who are weary and loaded down with burdens, and I will give you rest. Place my yoke on you and learn from me, because I am gentle and humble, and you will find rest for your souls, because my yoke is pleasant, my burden is light. Finally, Joshua, chapter 1, verse 9. I've commanded you, haven't I? Be strong and courageous. Don't be fearful and discouraged, because the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. Second Corinthians, once again, Paul, chapter 1, verse 8. For we do not want to be ignorant, brothers, about the suffering we experienced in Asia. We were crushed beyond our ability to endure what we'd even despaired of living. In fact, we felt that we had received a death sentence so that we would not rely on ourselves, but on God, who raises the dead. He has rescued us from a terrible death, and He will continue to rescue us. Yes, He is the one to whom we have set our hope, and He will rescue us again. Now, Psalms 31, verses 9 through 24, it gives us a clear picture of despair and how the psalmist writes of the despair he felt. So, watch carefully what he says. Starting in verse number 9, be gracious to me, Lord, for I'm in distress. My eyes have been consumed by my grief, along with my soul and my body. My life is consumed by sorrow. My years are groaning. My strength has faltered because of my iniquity. My bones have been consumed. I have become an object of reproach to all my enemies, especially to my neighbors. I have become an object to fear to my friends, and whosoever sees me runs away from me. Like a dead man, I am forgotten in their thoughts, like broken pottery. I have heard the slander of many. It is like terror all around me, and they conspire together to plot to take my life. But I trust in you, Lord. I say, you are my God. My times are in your hands. Deliver me from the hands of the enemies and from those who pursue me. May your face shine on your servant. In your gracious love, deliver me. The psalmist will continue in verse number 17. He said, "Let me not be ashamed, Lord, for I have called upon you. Let the wicked be put to shame. Let them be silent in the next life. Let the lying lips be made still, especially those who speak arrogantly against the righteous with pride and contempt. How great is your goodness that you have reserved for those who fear you, that you have set in place to those who take refuge in you in the presence of the children of men. You will hide them in the secret place of your presence, away from the conspiracies of men. You will hide them in your tent, away from their contentious tongues. Blessed be the Lord. In a marvelous way, he demonstrated his gracious love to me when I was in the city under siege." Now look at verse number 22 through 24. Verse 22, "When I said in my panic, I have been cut off from your sight, then you surely heard my voice of my prayer and my plea to you for help." Verse 23, "Love the Lord and all his godly ones." All his godly ones, every one of them. "The Lord preserves the faithful, repays those who act with proud motives. Be strong and let the heart be courageous, all you who put your hope in God." Understand, it's going to be despair, part of it. But look to God. He is your strength. He is your hope. Prayer, study of the word, worship, and all things praise. God will see you through it. We'll see you on the next study.